wheels on the bus going round and round. Got the wheels on the bus going round and round. Yeah, wheels going round and round. Yeah, and we rolling.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We are your first, your only source for mediocre, below average sports coverage. My name is Chill. Beautiful, muggy morning this morning out here at the Breezy Ranch. We got a great show on tap for you today. Full table. A lot of body at this table this morning. A lot of mass sitting here. So let's bring on the rest of the guys that are here with us. He's back, y'all. He's back. He's been on vacation, workcation, whatever you want to call it. But he is here. He looks like chewed up bubblegum with his shirt off. Nobody dries out a brisket quite like him. We are his only friends. His head is small, but his face is fat. Put your hands together for Matt Opie Hightower.
Especially my face is big, not fat.
But it is fat.
But maybe just big.
I'm good with fat.
He's sensitive about being fat.
Law, the perfect amount is 1.5, 5 hours. You talk too much with 2.
Oh, y'all, he's here.
Response.
Sitting to my left, he had a cup of coffee in the Marine steak. It's a little echo going on, don't it?
Is your mic on?
Echo.
Yep, it's on, buddy.
Talking to it, speaking to it.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Don't sound right, does it?
Don't sound right, does it? There's a little echo. There's a little echo.
No, it's a big echo.
I don't know what to do.
Just keep rolling.
All right, well, he had a cup of coffee in the Marines. They call him short story long. Survives daily off of 5-hour energy shots. He is the few, he is the proud, and very few are proud of him. Talking about the bear, Mitch Lawhorn.
Good morning, fellas.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just disappointed in Law.
In me? Why are you disappointed in me?
How about Chill saying, I don't know what to do?
I know he knows what to do. He knows how to complain.
He is a UGA graduate. He's a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stank. His bottom row looks like he bit a brick. The one, the only pride of Buddy Johnson Road, Adam Hightower.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Happy to be here. Want to give a quick shout out to Ryan and Haley Savage. Congratulations on that newborn baby. Loyal fans there. He told me the baby's name and I forgot.
That's probably that's the best way for us to get new fans, is for our fans to just have children.
You know what? I've been thinking about this, how to grow the brand. And
I'm sure you have.
If we
drop Opie.
First thing for you, well, that would help. But
we had more viewership while he was on vacation.
I heard that in Germany, Hitler started a program where he gave Mein Kampf to families that were just getting married and having children, and it exploded his popularity. So if we were handing out, like onesies, Big Ugly Sports onesies.
I mean, that's horrible.
Tough comparison.
Horrible.
No, you talk about. I mean, the guy was phenomenal at spreading his his agenda.
Phenomenal.
He did. True or false?
It's because he burned everything that didn't everything that was against him. He burnt or killed.
Phenomenal. I'm just saying.
If you don't listen to our podcast, we're going to storm into your house tonight and murder you.
Crystal knock. That's too far. It's all too far.
That's too far?
It's all too far. I apologize.
Trump take there.
I mean, I'm just
stop.
That was something he would say. Does my mic sound okay now?
Yeah, it sounds way better.
I wonder what it did. I don't know what I was doing.
Still sounds pretty dumb to me.
I feel like I made Matt uncomfortable with that whole little.
Did this guy just compare Trump to Adolf Hitler?
No, I compared Hight's comments to something Trump would say.
You're a tree hugging hippie.
Hey, well, good to see you this morning, Law. So let me update you guys that are listening. It's officially 6:26. We pushed it back this week.
Opie does have for a station identification. A little commercial break for this 5-hour energy.
Don't drink the whole thing.
Tired fast. Sugar-free vitamins.
We normally do the show at 5:30, but the teachers hadn't gone back to school yet. We'll start next week. So Opie still has to work, but Opie said, you know what, for y'all, I'll push it back to 6. We'll give y'all 30 minutes extra. However, we got to start at 6. I got to get back to work. Hey, no problem. We're in.
Meanwhile, Law so late.
First of all, I was here at 6:20.
I'm
then that's
It's 20 minutes late.
You're not here
the
at
show,
6:20.
and the show.
Hey, for a job that y'all don't get paid for, like 20 minutes late. Okay.
Well, based on your performance, you wouldn't make much. So
No, you,
I don't.
Oh, Lord.
I said you would.
But you know what I will say.
And now you got all day sitting behind your desk to edit that.
But here, I will say that
That's so
this.
frustrating.
He's not very reliable at the job he does get paid for.
I'm very reliable at the job I get paid for.
Reliably unreliable. Some have said. I didn't say that, but some people have said that. It has been. I didn't say it. I'm not the one.
Be going on 15 years this year. If I wasn't reliable, I don't believe I'd still have the job.
That's not true.
I mean,
that's not true.
No, you're Dexter boy.
I mean, Opie still got his job.
Well, I don't think that compares really.
Matt is reliable. I'll say that about him.
From the bus, I'll also say that.
Yeah.
Especially,
Although
especially
He
in
doesn't
comparison.
have, based on some of the listeners I've interviewed here recently, he don't have many qualities, but reliability is one. I meant to say many good qualities.
He's got quality.
A lot of qualities.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot.
The mics are off. I apologize this morning. I don't know what. I can't. No clue what's happening with the microphones.
I don't think they're off.
Jay,
Opie sounds funny
intern
too.
Jay is normally our tech guy, but once again, he's not here.
Yeah. So it does pose the question.
Blaring over there in the Jay Bridges household. Then
They are on. So it poses the question that me and Opie, when we had our 30 minutes to sit here before y'all got here to talk
I got
about
here at 6:09.
what
I was
we
there at
just want to know.
6:20.
All right, we got to go back to our mic etiquette. Remember our lesson? We had our team meeting on mic etiquette about people talking, not interrupting.
apparently was that about him?
Well, no,
No, it was mostly
about
about you. You were there.
It was in the text. You didn't get it. So I just want to pose the question. This is for anybody. It's for me and Opie as well, but it's for really anybody. Why can't we be on time?
I already told you this character flaw I have.
What was the flaw you compared it to?
The person that originally brought this up, was Big Red here. And so I said, why are you fat? It's just.
I said, we said, why are you late? We said, why are you late? And you said, because I had to stop and get gas.
I did have to stop and get gas.
And I said, no. That's not the underlying reason why you're late. So when you're a grown up, you're either on time or you're late, and nobody cares why.
So what was the excuse?
I agree
And he
with
said, and that's when you.
No,
when
I agree with
attacked
everything
me.
you're saying.
That's when you attacked me.
that. Yeah.
Personally.
Well,
It's when you attacked him.
I do. And then you try to say that you being obese doesn't
I
affect
said,
anybody.
yeah, that doesn't affect the others.
But then that's not true because it makes me and other people sad.
Sad for him.
A lot of times, fat people are funny, but you're not. And so it's quite the.
You've got him nervous. He's wearing that microphone out.
Oh, boy.
He does. He didn't know it was going to work out this way. He put the heat on me. But then classic me, I've now turned it back on.
Diverted.
Yeah.
Diverted.
What I did was I took on my blame and I accepted that.
No. You did not.
That's on me, but now you're obese.
No, you diverted rather than deal with the issue.
He took it briefly. I mean, it was a brief take, but he did acknowledge.
I think the problem is that they don't care about others.
Yeah, oh no, I tell my wife that all the time. Like when you're late somewhere, it's your way of saying your time is meaningless to me.
I'm okay with them sitting there just waiting.
Sweating too. I mean, I'm pouring sweat.
I love how people in general, we're going to say people in general. People complain about people being late like they've never in their life been late.
Well, I think what it comes down to, and if I may speak on this.
Can I speak real quick before you do that?
Well,
now one thing.
Mic etiquette.
Mic etiquette. But that's why I asked.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you give permission? And then immediately, I want you, before he can rebuttal, I want you to go ahead and fire.
Okay.
I've never once been late to this show. Go ahead.
I think what it comes down to. I think what it comes down to is
Because we don't start the show because nobody else can work in a little stupid thing over there.
You've never had to wait on me. One time, I think maybe.
I've been here before you many a times.
That's false.
The gate.
That's not false.
okay.
I've unlocked that gate.
Let's don't argue.
Man,
about
with
things
High
that are-
School, I've sat there and waited on y'all before.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now he's getting touchy. But I think what it is that the consistency of our lateness is the issue. If it were a one-off, people would be like, "Oh, that's no problem." It happens. But you and I both are consistently not.
Who cares?
Well, and
That's my
well, they do, and so that's why we're talking about it.
Why are you
'cause-
whispering?
What they could have started. Without me.
But you've made it clear that people want to hear you, and so that's what we're doing.
You know what my favorite thing
Hey,
is?
we don't even need you today. We got 3 people.
What-
and I would have turned around and went home and not even blinked an eye.
We do need you.
Climb back in the bed.
You definitely would have blinked several times on the way home.
No, I'd climb back in the bed.
You know what
Nothing
I like?
wouldn't have been phased one bit.
This is what I like about this is now the law's uncomfortable.
Oh, he's there.
I'm not.
He's uncomfortable. Well, his defense. He's about
back
to
in the corner.
He's about to take a drink. Yep, that's classic sign.
Don't
Shake the cup.
give 0.
Oh, bless his heart.
Hey, well, you know what? I care because I like it when you hear law.
I do too. That's why we waited. That's why my underarms are soaking wet right now because we waited. They're poor. My deodorant's worn off at 6:30 this morning.
You were sweating a lot.
I was hot.
I love it.
But not this light.
I love how we're out for 2 months and then we come in and fuss about somebody being late. I love that. I love that.
Well, I looked over. I glanced. You were talking about you sweating, and I know that heavy set people off. So I glanced over to my right to see if Red's, dripping over here, and he's not, and I'm really surprised. And so now I'm concerned about his sweat glands because people that size, if they'll like spontaneously combust if they don't have some type of
Sweat just staying in there.
it's just holding in.
God, I love it.
You got back to the gym yesterday. Felt good. Get back in there. Everybody said, "Where you been?" I said, "I had
Vacation for 2 months.
Had that beach body right where I wanted it. Didn't need to come for a couple months."
Getting ready for next year now.
Yeah.
I know they checked in on you.
Jerry looked the same he did before he left, didn't he? Oh, man.
On that note, I had heard, and I hadn't heard. I'm almost 40 years old, and it's been a lot of living there. But I just recently heard the saying, "If you can't tone it, tan it." And I didn't.
Raji had to say that.
True.
I can't remember who said it, but I decided, yesterday I'm cutting grass over Green Acres. Take my shirt off while I'm cutting grass on my lawnmower.
I bet they love that. I bet the community of Green Acres and the golfers love that.
All country clubs love it. I think it's a requirement at Dublin Country Club. If you're cutting grass, you have to take your shirt off.
Did you get any whistles or anything? Anybody?
Cat call.
No.
Hot horn.
A lot of parents took their children in the house.
Isn't that right?
Scared to fall.
But anyway,
That was good.
When I heard somebody say it, reminded me of something. This is probably 15 years ago or more. Jay and I were, and this was when Jay was, and he's big now, but he was bigger then.
It's hard to imagine.
He was talking about he was in better shape than me, and so I was skinnier because when I was younger, I wasn't as tubby as I am now. And so he was just talking about how he was in so much better shape than me. And dude pulls his shirt up and it's just hanging. And I'm like, there is zero chance you feel like you're in better shape than me. Oh yeah, I got a tan. so that was the great equalizer right there.
You find some fat in that, Law? The tan? I'm not tan. That's why I got a bad bod right here.
It would help. It would help with that bod.
So yours is good?
Yeah.
Well, see, we've talked about this before. The thing about Law's fat is tight. Yeah,
Tight like a tiger.
Yeah, like a tiger, just like that.
toy like a toiga. That's Austin Powers for those of you who don't catch that reference.
They didn't get it.
I think you look good, Law.
Thanks.
Everybody looks good in the dark, so that's pretty good.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, it is time for our first commercial break. On the other side, we are going to talk some sports, man. Braves going through a difficult run of injuries right now. We've got the Olympic team struggling, so y'all stay with us. We will be right back.
New year, new financial goals? Whether it's saving, investing, or planning for the future, we've got your back. Visit Bank of Dudley today and let's make 2024 your year for financial success. Bank with confidence at Bank of Dudley. Since 1905, member FDIC.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 per month, you literally can't beat it. Visit them on the web at www.j2streaming.com. Proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show.
For all your HVAC needs, please call Elite Comfort Solutions. We specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. The number is 833-483-HVAC, and the website is www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com. Call for a free quote today.
Big Peach Car Wash coming this April across from Walmart on Highway 80. I hadn't washed my truck in 5 years. I'm breaking that streak this April.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by
Let's go. Hey, let's start
Bank and Dudley. We got a little sidetracked in off-air conversation right here. Sorry for the minor pause, but a lot going on around here.
If you were tuning into the show for the professionalism, you're going to be disappointed.
They weren't. All right, so, and again, I don't know what's going on with the microphones. There's just like a...
You basically have to be looking dead at it
to talk to hear.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
But Opie still don't.
Well,
anyhow.
That's okay. He don't have much.
Anyhow, Braves baseball. So the Braves...
Sorry, Opie. That's the last one.
Ozzie Albies goes down. Hurts his wrist. Freed's on the IL. Is it Whit Merriweather, who the Braves traded for from the Phillies to play some second base?
I believe they signed
him, but he was previously with the Phillies.
Our pets' heads are falling off. It's just...
And so he's taking a ground ball during pregame warm-up.
Dumb and Dumber reference.
Hits his finger on the end. He's sidelined. So,
yeah, guy gets acquired. Shows up to the Braves, warms up, hurts his finger. He's out.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's to the point where it's getting funny. Snit just started laughing about it last night.
What else can you do?
I mean, so with Max Fried's injury, you hear forearm, you immediately start getting worried it's Tommy John. This is not a ligament, not a muscle issue, it's a nerve issue. So it's good news that he's not going to have Tommy John, but it could be bad news that it's nerve, because nerves don't have a timeline, really.
Yeah.
So are you more or less worried about his injury?
As compared to it being I think anytime
this could be, it makes me think, well, his nerves are very difficult to deal with. I've dealt with a little bit of nerve, and obviously I'm no Max Fried. Although I did strike out
obviously
a few guys over at Mike Thompson's house the other day with some wiffle ball. But anyway,
Max Fried-esque.
Oh yeah, I dropped the hammer on some couple guys with some curve.
Were you breaking them off with them?
Yes, absolutely. Now I did get taken yard too by Jacob Floyd, but anyway,
that's gonna happen.
And for the record, Raji, I hit an absolute moonshot off of Raji, and then
I bet he's funny looking picture.
And classic Raji gets so upset, like starts going for the jugular, like attacking me
over a wiffle ball game.
Yeah.
Personally attacking.
Yeah, and he's one of the worst like baseball guys I've ever seen. Dude can't even play ping pong.
One thing about Raji, he's not a very good loser.
And I even told him, I said, hey, man, you took it too far with all that stuff. And he said, I'm sorry, man, I'm just competitive. I'm like, but you're terrible. Like, why are you competitive? So anyway, back to the original point. Yeah, I'm concerned with that. I mean, hopefully it's nothing serious, but, man, if it is, it could be, career ender.
I'm a little more optimistic on it because it's not Tommy John, and so, or not needed right now. So I'm hoping it's one of those things. A little fatigue, maybe, just maybe threw a pitch that tweaked something at the All-Star game. He said he felt it, I think, during warming up at All-Star game, which obviously didn't affect his All-Star game performance. But, it just kind of goes in line with what the Braves are experiencing right now. I mean, it's not the lineup you think about, obviously, if you would have listed the top players in the Braves on the Braves roster beginning of the year, you'd have named Acuna, obviously. You'd have named Strider. You'd have named Fried. Albies would have been up there. Yeah. And now you've got none of those guys.
So do you think the Fried injury, he's often injured? Do you think that's why the Braves haven't signed him? Is because they don't feel like they can invest $200, $250 million into him?
You know what this makes me think about?
What's that, buddy?
People should practice throwing with both arms more. I mean, if you're going to be
that's a random thought there, buddy.
No, I think it's a good idea.
If you're going to be a ball player, you should be able to. There was a guy that pitched for University of Florida. He got drafted last year before. He pitched in college with both arms.
Billy Wagner was right-handed, broke his arm, started pitching left-handed because he had a broken right arm. Turned out to be one of the
Randy
best.
Macho Man Savage also did that.
Really?
Randy Macho Man Savage.
I didn't do it.
It's
I
kinda
can't
like-
like, flip my left hand.
Left-handed batting. You know, the only reason people bat right-handed is because they think I'm right-handed. I'm supposed to bat right-handed. There's an advantage to batting left-handed. So when your kids come up, start playing baseball, you should just teach them to bat left-handed instead of right-handed. And you know, later if they want to be switch hitters, they can. But the only reason people bat left-handed is because they're like, oh, I'm right, or right-handed is because they're like, oh, I'm right-handed. I should bat right-handed.
You think that's the only reason?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, to his point,
Maybe
what he's
I
saying
think
is what
your
he's
eye
saying.
dominance more than your.
No, that's not it. It's
So you don't.
That's
need
not
to-
it.
The good thing about this show is full of opinions and no facts. So you can say no and you can say yeah, and nobody knows who's right.
Yeah.
I feel like most people know though. You know what I'm saying?
From what?
What's that wink?
You know what I'm saying? You know.
definitely hitting is hand-eye coordination.
But I think what he's saying is whenever kids are little, they don't really have a concept of right-handed, left-handed. They just have a what am I being
Still
taught?
your eye dominant.
But
Which
you're
dominant?
looking with both eyes, Law. So that wouldn't really apply.
It definitely applies.
I haven't seen you hit, so I don't know for sure.
It
but-
definitely applies.
It definitely doesn't.
Definitely.
Definitely does.
This is back. We're back to the point where both you can disagree.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So where were we? Were you on? I feel like you were saying something.
Yeah, I finished up my point, and then my mind started wandering because it was getting boring. for Sir Long talk over here,
Oh man. So
Mr. Monotone.
all right. So now we posed the question that we've revisited a few times. We're getting close to August. The season runs essentially. So you got about 2 months, a little over 2 months left of the season. Braves are 8.5 back in the division. And I can't see the wild card on here, but I can pull the wild card up in a little bit.
Hang it up. Season's over.
Is it time?
They're winning the walk on.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, but with the injuries we have, do the Braves have hope to make a run in the playoffs this year?
Small
First off,
hope.
do the Braves get in?
Braves are in. Going to be a wild card. They're gonna be a dangerous seed that people don't want to see. But they're not going to be favored to win, but they can win. I mean, every year the wild card comes in and has a chance to win the World Series. If they get hot at the right time, then they're in.
Well, I mean that's true. Anybody can win if they get hot.
But I think there's cause for concern that the playoffs are not a lot. I mean, I understand we're up in the wild card, but there's a long way to go, and you just lost one of your all-star pitchers. Pitching's already been an issue outside of the. It's not. Outside of the
we're
three.
top 5 in the National League.
Outside of those three,
But here's the thing.
Charlie Morton's been hit or miss, and then the fifth starter has been. It's been swelling back lately, but it's been them trying to find somebody. And he's been pretty good, but
So you're going from spot starters everywhere at for the fifth guy. Now we're probably, or not
fifth.
probably 100%. We're definitely going to be doing the same. Now we got 2 guys in a 5-man rotation that we don't really know if they're good enough, or do they have it or not? We don't know.
Think back to the year before the Braves won World Series when we lost to the Dodgers in the NLCS. We were spot starters for 2 of our 5 starts.
That was COVID year though, wasn't it?
No,
No?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so.
was.
We had spot starters for 2 of our 5 starters. We ended up.
You talking about
do you
Ian
remember
Anderson?
who were the spot starters? You remember?
I mean, it was
Bryce
relievers.
Wasn't it Bryce Wilson and
I'm not even counting Bryce Wilson and Ian Anderson. I'm talking about the relievers that we were running out there for 2 innings.
So like a bullpen game.
Yeah. So, and we were up 2-0 on the Dodgers with subpar people who aren't even in the major leagues right now. So
but we had Ozzie and we had Acuna.
we are
That's the worry for me.
on
Is,
par offensively with that team.
to me, we're just. I disagree with that.
No, we're not.
We're not.
Because and here's why: you don't have Ozzie, you don't have Acuna.
No, you can
and-
stop there.
And Matt Olson is having a very tough year, and so on that team you had Freddie Freeman,
Yeah.
and not Matt Olson struggling.
Yeah. So there's no, thank God Ozuna's playing the way he is, or there'd be, and O'Reilly's starting to, he's been playing well lately. But I mean, we started Nacho Alvarez last night at second. Exciting. He's got a lot of hype, but I mean, he's not Ozzie.
You think he's got extra hype because his name's Nacho?
What a cool name.
It is a
good
cool
name.
name. And his brothers in the stands, they look just like him. There's like 5 of them. They all look a lot alike. What? This is the truth. They look alike. I mean,
I didn't say anything. What is it?
I don't know. You gave me a look. So I think there's cause for concern. I think there's reason to worry, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. So, but y'all think we're good there?
Oh, you don't think you're wrong? Shocker.
Man, thank you for saying something funny, Oak.
All right. Now I don't know how much y'all have given the USA basketball in the Olympics,
What
but
about you, Law? What you thinking about, bud?
Checking his feed.
He's over there looking at pictures of him and Haley, just thinking how much he loves her.
Can't believe
glad-
I got out of bed for this.
I'm glad Haley's doing well. Glad she's feeling better. Law, have you watched any Olympic basketball or checked up on any of it, scores or anything? Or are you saying that because
First
of
of all,
basketball?
I don't like basketball,
Okay.
so I'm not going to watch a whole lot of any of that. But
I bet you're a Larry Bird fan, though.
not really. I didn't like basketball back then. I used to play in the yard. If I can play it, I'd like. But I'm not very good at basketball, so
Your brother plays all the time in the yard. He's always shooting.
He's a hooper now.
he's bad though.
Yeah, he is. He'll say
Is it really playing if you're not good at
he'll
it?
say raindrops, brick.
Yeah, and hit the top of the backboard.
But me, him, and Corey will go out there and dominate those kids, all the neighborhood kids.
Well, that makes y'all feel good.
I
Y'all
love it.
dunk on them. Y'all let it go down so y'all can dunk on them.
No, not far enough anyway.
Corey's still not top 3 tallest people out there.
Corey.
Basketball
Corey's
just reminds me of a time of my childhood. Was like a bunch of kids would come over and play basketball at our house, and I never got picked. And I never got
you
picked.
run inside and say, "Mom, they're being mean to me."
I just never. I was either the last one picked or I didn't get picked. Now, if we were playing wiffle ball,
is that why you're late all the time?
you talking about people interrupting and knocking over people?
I'm
You see
sorry.
how they're doing that?
Mike
But when I do it, I get called out by the host. By the host guy.
Hey, would you call me
You
out,
know
please?
that's how that works?
Hey,
Yes.
Mike etiquette, buddy.
Hey, I'm sorry, Mitchell.
I got him, Law.
That's cool. I'm done.
All right, so back.
Listen, back when Corey and I were roommates at Georgia Southern, we used to run some intramural basketball, and at one point he led all of intramurals in points per game.
Yeah, he definitely told
This
you.
guy said we. You
yeah.
toted Jews. What he
You
did
were there because you were a buddy.
I fed him like a baby. Passed him the ball every time I got it. And
So
just,
you carried his
Don't throw it
gym
to me.
bag.
Just give it back to him.
yeah, he stood at the 3-point line. I passed it. I got rebounds and passed it to him.
He's like the girl
You're kinda
basketball
like
player that
Charles
shoots from the
Barkley.
logo.
You're kind of like
what
Charles
I-
Barkley
yeah.
a little bit. The round mound of rebound.
Yeah,
You got the round mountain part for sure.
I could box out like nobody's business.
We go play at the Dudley gym before they turn it to the Boys and Girls Club, and so you could rent it about an hour. So we'd rent it and go play at the Dudley gym. Corey was even better if you pissed him off. If he got mad, dude,
Clocking
just
in.
give him the ball. This mug is from the drive it to the hole.
Corey's competitive now.
Shoot from the logo.
Did y'all hear those super swampers riding down the highway
sure
today?
did.
They piping air. Yeah, we got to keep the door open, get a little airflow. That
Back
could be
to
why we got a little
Olympic
bit of echo.
basketball. Well, we almost lost to Sudan. And,
Yeah, South
I
Sudan.
did see that.
South Sudan.
Yeah, South Sudan.
Not even Sudan, South Sudan.
And who was the other team we just barely beat? Germany.
Germany, yep.
Yeah.
So South Sudan we hit a layup with a handful of seconds left to take the lead on them. Coached by, does anybody know trivia question who they're coached by? South Sudan?
Manute Bowl.
Nope, good guess so. I think he maybe did, but
No, he's not.
no, it's not.
No idea.
Law, any guesses on who coached South Sudan? Former Chicago Bull.
B.J. Armstrong.
Cartwright. Bill Cartwright.
Luau Dane.
Ah, Lua Dane.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So they were saying based on that, he may have a job in the NBA for long. But they were a 45-point dog. And so what do you think's called? Because obviously when you look at the Olympic roster, I mean, it's insane. I mean, you've got the best that the NBA has to offer, including, some would argue one of the greatest to ever play it, LeBron, and you had Steph Curry, you had all these other guys. And then why do you think, is it a chemistry thing? Is it an ego thing? Why can't they should be beating these teams to death? Or has the game of basketball just become so popular across the world that these guys over here
I cannot. There's no way you could convince me that because of popularity, the other countries are just that much closer to us. Because
That's not it.
if that were the case, more of those people would be in the league.
Yeah.
I think it's got to do with, well, I just think it makes me think of, what was it called, The Last Ride, or what was it, with Michael Jordan, that documentary?
Yeah, Last Dance.
Last Dance. And when they're talking about the dream team and how he's got the dog in him, and and he brings that leadership, and everybody's afraid of him basically, and they're just going to jump on board with whatever he's doing and follow him and do whatever, and if need be, he'll take over and just get it done.
But now I don't know if Brian may not have that in him, but he has won the last 2 games for him.
Yeah, and I did see those statistics where he basically single-handedly, right at the very end, obviously the team had to get him to that point, but he did step up in the clutch and get it done. But, I just think that there's probably not that guy on that team.
And it's, how serious are these guys? I feel like back then the Olympics might have meant a whole lot more. Now you're worried about these people are so concerned with injury and overplaying and all this, even though they signed up to play for the team. Does it mean enough to where they're willing to go out there and give it all, everything for the win?
Or is it more like an all-star game?
Right, just a chance to go to Paris and play some basketball or wherever they're at.
Yeah, I don't think it's that they don't think it's important or that they're not willing to give effort or anything like that. But there's an extra gear there when something really, really means something. When you expect to win, there's a different level than when you think, when you're the underdog and you start thinking you have a chance. That's like a whole nother level of motivation and energy than when you're the one on top with the pressure and just expecting to win. Because there's no excitement to winning when you're by far the best team.
Yeah.
But when you're the Citadel playing Alabama on Heisman and you're about to win the game, your hands are sweating and your
palms are sweaty.
Yeah, mom spaghetti. It's a different level of excitement.
These are weak.
So it's easier for USA to get complacent.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We're getting geared up for the Olympics. We'll talk a little more of the Olympics, but it is time for our final commercial break. Y'all listen to our title sponsor, the Bank of Dudley's commercial, and we'll see you real quick on the other side.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to segment 3 of the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We've been talking a little bit of Olympic basketball, just talked Braves baseball a little bit as well, but staying in the Olympics, they kick off, I believe, opening ceremonies maybe next week, or
I think it's later this week.
So my question is, what will y'all give the Olympics? Are there certain events, or are y'all pretty much dialed in? Do you get a patriotic feeling as we get to this, and you're diving in everything?
I'm a big medal count guy. I always have been. I'm telling you, ever since I was a kid, when the Olympics come on, it was us versus them.
It used to be, and the Dublin Courier used to put it up at the top. Mm-hmm. We'll tell you how many medals U.S. had compared to the other countries.
And I don't know, it just made me think of this. We were riding in the car. I took all 4 of my kids to the dentist in Warner Robins yesterday, and 3 of them fell asleep with my oldest son. He was sitting in the 3rd row back there. I couldn't even see his head, but every now and again he'd pop up, Daddy, can America, in a fight, he's asking me, in a fight, could the U.S. beat, he's calling out random countries.
Oh, yeah.
100%, son. Ain't no doubt. We done beat them twice, world wars. He asked me about
that's
Germany.
without your daddy. Imagine if they called you daddy out there.
Well, at this point in my career, I'm more of a, leader than a fighter. But
strategist.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, I will. I'll watch parts of it, and I'm definitely gonna keep up the medal count. And I hope I win.
I used to be a swimming guy. Just watching.
I can see that.
I got that swimmer's physique, but
I can see that.
I used to. Swimming is like short events. It's quick. We always have good competition there. So I enjoyed that. But right now, NCAA just came out. It's really dominating my time.
The game is difficult.
It is hard. So hard. Is it really the game is difficult, or have we slipped?
No, it's the game.
The game is difficult because in certain aspects of the game, running the ball is easy, and I feel like the gameplay is better with running controls. Passing is more difficult, and defense is more difficult, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But I'm almost like it. Like I feel like Heisman should be real hard. Like it shouldn't be where you can take. In the old game, you could get a raggedy team because you just knew how to play it, and you could probably beat a really good team. Now you really not doing that.
I cannot hardly complete the pass.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't even played on Heisman.
Well, you got to think. No, I'm scared to death. I'm struggling on varsity, but Madden has been continuing gameplay for the last decade without us. Like I haven't been playing Madden for the last 10 years, so the controls are. Every year they introduce one or two more features, and they've been doing that for the last decade, and we have not been learning those new features. We're still playing 2014, so the game has evolved, and we have not. So that's why we're struggling. But I would say that we don't have quite the time to devote to it that we used to, but I've been devoting a lot of time to it. And I tell you, what's been suffering is mine and Jack's relationship. It's been taking a beating because we've been playing. I've been letting him play with me on my dynasty.
Word is, you cost yourself a win the other day. This dude went for it.
That's true.
He told it's fourth down. He didn't know it's fourth down, and he hands it off to. He just calls a handoff.
Probably blame Jack.
I was telling Jack to run it to the middle of the field and go down so we kick a field goal. Next play, I tried to kick a field goal. We were on defense. I didn't know what happened. It was one.
They got mad at Jack.
Listen,
Idiot. I thought I told you to do that.
I've been yelling at Jack the whole day about how he's just costing us the game. He's a bad teammate, being selfish, because he'll just do stuff like you can't control a receiver very well.
Yeah.
So don't grab the receiver.
Oh no, you got to.
Well, at least you're letting your kid play.
That's true. But it's not good for us. So I'm just yelling. I'm giving him the business the whole day, and then after I screw up that kick. Boy, he's letting me have it.
I bet.
He's talking about how I'm selfish, I'm costing us the game. Everything I've been saying to him, he's repeating back to me, and I don't like it.
I hope he's the guy that's telling Jack. No doubt, you're telling Jack he's running back every play, and when he runs the ball, he gets it. If not, he's got a block.
100%.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But I run the
you gotta
ball
let him cook
90% of the time. Oh, I've heard that a million times. Let me cook.
Well, that's what that's a high tower thing.
And then he says, well, if I can't do that, I don't want to play. I'll quit. I was like, well, you can't quit because once you sign up for two players, you can't
take them out.
They
call A-Ren. Hey, we did something fun the other day. We went over to Mom and Daddy's for my youngest son's, my little family birthday party thing. And I had bought some boxes of Fleer
91. It was 91.
No, I bought that. Oh, I'm sorry. I bought that for Jack. 93 was the one that we opened.
No, it was 91.
Oh.
Okay, listen. You're wrong.
I've seen a look. This is a look that he feels real good about.
He does. I will put $1,000.
Oh wow, Opie, put your
This
money
man's
where.
always throwing out numbers that he knows is unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable.
Reasonable.
It's
20. You put 20.
I put $100
Oh
on it.
wow. Where you at, Ope?
On camera, shaking.
Or counter. You can counter with less and see if he'll go there.
$10.
I will have you know, he never. I don't believe he ever paid. Or was freaking Dum Dum the one that owed you the $100?
Yeah, he owed me.
Roger. Yeah.
Roger.
$100. It was Fleer 93.
Why has it got to be money? I'm confident in what I'm saying, but I don't want to lose $100 if I'm wrong. I've been wrong before.
Let's do another. You already owe me 20.
Let's do Rochambeau.
You already owe me 20. So let's do another 20.
Okay.
Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
Loser gets a kick to
How
the
we gonna,
Nards.
where y'all got the packet? I mean, is there a way to?
Yeah, there's a pack. Yeah,
There's
a bunch of packets.
Matter of fact, I believe I got the cards in my truck, so we'll settle it after the.
No, go sell it now. The viewers want to know.
No, the viewers can trust
the people are blowing my phone up. People are blowing my phone up. They want to see.
I believe that. But anyway, so I knew we were getting together, so I bought these cards off of eBay. They're super cheap because 90s baseball cards are not worth anything. And so
some are,
but the vast majority. But anyway, so I brought them in, and we just me, him, my dad, and the kids. We all sat around, just opened up baseball cards, and we, just kind of like, oh look, here's a Barry Bonds from 1993, and different things. Anyway, it was pretty cool, and I was just, Had a good time. It kind of brought back some childhood memories.
Is there value? Is there still value in baseball cards? Like,
oh yeah, they're actually they're high right now.
So what happened? And this is real quick rundown, and it's kind of boring. But in the 80s and 90s, there was a ton of baseball cards. It was mass produced, and so it brought down the value. So after that, people realized they needed scarcity. So what they introduced was on card, signature, and then numbered cards with like to 50, 10. They'll do 1 of 1, 1 of 5, 1 of 10, and whatever.
Are you a baseball card guy?
Well, I mean, I was when I was a kid, but then my neighbor, Jamie Law, his brother's son, had some baseball cards, and then brought it over to the house and was showing my kid.
First of all, those are my baseball cards that I gave his son. We had a family function, and his son's got in really big into baseball cards, so he wanted to see what my old cards were.
Because it's an indoor thing.
Huh?
He can do it indoors.
He can do it inside. he can do it at nighttime. Anything he can do at nighttime or inside, that's his hobby. So, but because he's a vampire, I'm not picking. His mom turned him into a vampire. He's locked in the attic during the daytime. It's mainly his mom.
Is that why he runs across the street like,
But so I went upstairs and got all my old baseball cards, gave them to him. Well, Jamie wouldn't even let him carry half of them home with him because some of them are valuable. Like they got a Ryan Sandberg rookie card. There's a bunch of them in there that are. There's some high dollar cards in there that if he bends them, folds up, they're not worth anything. So Jamie swore now, them are my old cards.
Now Ford did tell me, he said, my dad and my uncle been arguing over who these cards belong to.
They're mine.
and
Jamie never collected baseball cards. First of all, he might have had a few of them might have been his.
So to give you an example of how things have changed, we went to the All-Stars for the Little League, and the parents got stuff together, and I guess somebody gave the kids baseball cards in their little goodie bags. Well, Brooks opens one. It's a pack of Bowman cards. There's an autographed card there. On-card autograph kit, guy named Dylan Cruz. He's a prospect for the Nationals. I didn't recognize him. I was driving the vehicle. He asked me, I said, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't think anything else of it. This is, months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. Anyway, yesterday I was looking through, and I saw it again. Cards beat up. It's beat up bad. Corners are all messed up, whatever. So anyway, I look it up online to see on eBay how much those cards are going for. $280
for that card.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Dylan Cruz. He's the Nationals' top prospect. He's the number 3 prospect overall in baseball.
The
and
reason
now
being,
that card's no good anymore.
Sentimental value.
Yeah.
Like even in the 80s and 90s, like I got a Chipper Jones where it's his top prospect card before he was even in the major leagues. Like he had just got brought up at the end of the season that year. I think he's got a Macon Braves uniform on, or
94.
Because there's another card later on where him and Andrew both have Macon Braves uniforms.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Pretty cool.
But which I just thought was cool. I don't have that card, but I do have the top prospect Chipper Jones card.
Yeah.
The reason I asked is I think you would enjoy, and I need to do it. I need to get my dad in his attic's got a whole. He's got a ton of baseball, and he's got 2 Braves notebooks, like your white notebooks that have card sleeves in them, where just former Brave all over, and then he's got boxes upon boxes of cards. I think they'd be cool to go through.
Yeah, I'd love to go down there and check them out, Big Kev.
Yeah,
I just recently bought a Larry Bird rookie card.
I never collected anything but baseball for a long time, and then toward the end, I started getting football cards, I think I got a.
You look like a big Pokemon guy.
Michael Jordan.
Dude, Michael Jordan.
He does.
This ready to come out. Definitely Dungeons and Dragons over here. I know you're not talking.
No joke, OP. If anybody looked at this,
it looks like they collected a Pokemon this year. Still, man, hey, this is Pikachu.
What was it, the kid?
Pikachu right is worth millions.
This guy knows what they are.
What Pikachu is.
What was the game? What you remember that time where people had to go on their phones to certain spots? Guaranteed Oak was in there. Traveling
never
all
done
over.
it. Never done it before.
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
You know what? It just shows the ingenuity of mankind. People get that game and then claim that there's a real rare one over there and get people to go there so they can rob them.
Fantastic.
And they go with it. They flock to it.
Oh yeah, and as you're getting beat over the head left and right.
This guy got beat up several
for
times.
sure. Opie for sure.
I feel like
Beat my Pokemon card.
thinning out the population of Pokemon people is not a bad thing. Too far
my
up?
ex-wife,
No,
my
I love
ex-wife's son, he used to have some Pokemon cards. Even like in his adult life, he's in the Army. While he's in the Army, he's like buying Pokemon cards because he's like, man, this Balpazar or whatever, it's just some random, this dragon, this thing's worth thousands of dollars. I was like, no, it's not. It's like the Beanie Babies. Who are you going to get? It's only worth it if you can get somebody to buy it.
Yeah. Well, Michael Jordan cards are $1,000. They still take that. His
Because
rookie
there's very
card.
few basketball cards. That's why I started, there toward the end, I started collecting football cards because nobody was really making football cards back then. Like I got an Emmitt Smith rookie card. Y'all remember Andre Rison?
Mm-hmm.
Bad Moon Rising for the Falcons. I got his rookie card.
Remember his house got burnt down?
About the girl from TLC.
Left eye.
Left eye.
And if I recall correctly, she had a tattoo of 81 in flames on it.
I thought he was 80. Was he 80?
Or 80. I
He
think.
was 80. Terrence Mathis was 81.
Okay, something like that. So, yeah. So back to my original question, and I don't think y'all chimed in really.
Yes, this guy did collect Pokemon cards.
You're the one who knows all about them. You're the one who's Balthazar.
What was your original
My
question?
original question: what is your favorite Olympic event that you will actually watch?
Wrestling. I watched the wrestling.
Because I'm one of the ones, like, once it starts, I'm on pretty nightly. I'm gonna tune in to whatever.
You know what I
event's
did? I did used to like, and I believe Haley would. It might have been my mom though. I like the gymnastics. When
I was just about to say that.
Kids, because all the little kids, man. I remember back watching them when we lived in the trailer in Dexter's. Was
Gymnastics?
Mary Lou Retton. I remember that was one of my first. Mary Lou Retton. I'd like to do that.
I'm not sure what the air quotes are for.
Every now and again. He likes to do air quotes.
I do air quotes. Randomly when they're not needed.
I agree. Gymnastics. The gym is amazing to me.
Chuck Hill.
Those people can do things.
Easy. Okay.
Yeah. What about track and field, y'all?
Yeah, I watch the sprints for sure.
Sprints and swimming event, the short swimming events.
And I used to when Michael Phelps was in, man, I used to tune in.
See, I don't know any big name people in there right now.
You got Ledecky as the girl. I know Katie
Phelps was
Ledecky.
breaking records. It was all over the front page.
Leah Thomas not in there.
I don't know who that.
That's the dude
that pretends to be a woman.
I knew there had. I could tell by the way you're looking. There was something behind that.
What's the girl that does gymnastics? That
Simone Biles.
Yeah, is she doing it this year?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The girl they've got her. I mean, they've got.
There's a movie about her on Netflix. I think it's like she got mental instabilities and.
Yeah, you don't remember the last one? She left.
She withdrew.
Yeah. So you've got her. Apparently, I think it's 3 or 4 of the 6 that are going were from the Olympic team in
the last one.
Beijing.
I just had a random thought.
Beijing.
I just had a random thought.
This one's in London.
Who would play you in a movie? Like if they did a movie about you and your mental instabilities, who do you think?
I know exactly, without a doubt.
I know who too. I got to give him.
Who?
The guy from. Never mind. Move
He's
on.
going to say somebody
I'm
laughing.
gonna say Zach Galifianakis, whatever his name is.
Galifianakis. Oh, I changed my answer.
For sure.
That's idiotic.
With that
Y'all favor, same beard.
with that move.
No favor. He's a short, fat guy.
Y'all favor.
Whoa.
Me and him favor as much as you and him favor. There.
I was going to say. You know who I was going to say? Hugh Jackman.
I like that. I like that answer.
Wow.
But he had to put on a fat suit.
I had to put on 2
and chain smoke cigs, and it would be a perfect fit.
There he goes again.
We almost made it.
I do have a fun fact. Did y'all know?
We'll be the judge of that.
It is a fun fact. Did y'all know that Simone Biles will be the oldest gymnast since the 1950s for Team USA?
Wow.
How old is she?
27. Is that not
I didn't realize she was that old, though.
But you know
But
what
still,
they
I
say.
wouldn't have thought.
Black don't crack.
That's true. But I wouldn't have thought 27 would have been the oldest.
That's 2. That's 2 this episode.
I don't understand. What's wrong with that?
I didn't see anything.
Remember
wrong.
his?
I don't think so.
Remember his?
Oh, okay. I thought you was saying 2 on
Do
me.
you remember his? Oh, we stared him down?
Yeah.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Right.
Over the
Well,
line.
tune into the Olympics. Go USA. We're out
Hey,
of time.
be sure to check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, TV35. Tell everybody. Tell your friends. Check us out, please. Go.
Yeah, and I would say we'd resolve the mic issue next week, but it's going to be, unless something changes while they sit here, it's going to be the exact same. But thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in.
Like I hate
and
Marvin in here.
We'll see you next week, wherever you're at today, whatever you're doing.
Get on that bus.
Wipers on the bus going swish, swish, swish. Wipers going swish, swish, swish. You ain't never seen wipers with the swag like this. And they swishing, swishing, swishing.